This is Zainabatul here and welcome back to Bookish-journey. In this video, I will going to share some points, or you can say some tips, which is useful while you are treating your um, kids, your toddlers, your children. And I have read those points in the book related to parenting book, and the book is How to Talk So Kids Will Listen, and Listen So Kids Will Talk, and this is that book. And so I have also shared this book in my previous videos as well, so you can go and check that video, and so you can go and check that video. So yes, this is the parenting book from which I am going to share those tips, which is very helpful and useful while you are treating your kids. So uh, I hope that is going to be very useful. So yes, let's begin. So yes, so this the first chapter, which is in this book, is helping children deal with their feelings. So this is the first chapter, and in this chapter there are 4 points which is very useful while you are dealing with your children. So the first point is listen with full attention. This is the first point that you have to do with your practically with your children, that you have to listen with their kids, with your children, with full attention. Instead of you are doing anything, home chores, you are doing anything, just leave all those things, and just listen with your kids what they are trying to say, instead of doing something else like watching TV or any other stuff. And so there are an example in this for this full point, first point, and that might help you, that instead of half listening, you must listen full attention. But what going to happen if you will listen with half attention? So yes, I can hear you. Go on, Dad says. Then the kids say, Eric punched me. So, Daddy, do you hear me? Then in the second image, you can see, so I hit him back. Then hit me again. Are you listening? Kid says. And the dad is constantly watching TV. So in the third image, it says, Dad says, I am listening to every word. Now the kid says, no, you are not. Then the fourth picture, what it's happened, then Dad says, I can listen and watch the game at the same time. Go on. Then the kids say, oh, forget it. And then he didn't say anything. What happened? There is negative impact on the kids, and he get discouraged, and because dad is constantly giving him a lip servicing and not giving him any attention while he was saying something. So he does not have a constructive thought. He will not be able to build a constructive thought. He will not explore his own thoughts. So there's a negative impact on your kid. Then what happened if you will listen with the full attention? Then kid says, sorry, that Eric punched me. So, Daddy, do you hear me? Then the kid says, and dad. Then in the second image, you can see that dad listens with him with the full attention, and then kid says, so I hit him back. Then he hit me again, even harder. He means. So then in the third image, there is a full conversation between father and dad. Dad is constantly listening him. Then in the fourth and last image, the kids say, know what, I am going to play with Danny. From now on, he does not go around punching me people. So in this image, you can clearly see that dad is focused on his child, and he was telling him with joyfulness, that what happened in his school. And at the end, there is he built constructive thought. What he gave his own solution. So when you give attention, he have a chance to explore his own thoughts, to build his own thoughts, emotions. And then there is whatever the trouble he has, he easily tell to you, to the parents. And there is a sympathetic silence that child all needs. So all there is his all the needs of a children will be fulfilled. Sympathy, especially sympathetic uh, feels. So this is what going to happen when you listen with him with the full attention. So yes, now the second point is acknowledge their feelings with the word oh, and I see. So understand your child's feeling instead of giving them advices, instead of asking and blaming them, asking questions and whatever. So instead of doing that, just understand their children's emotions, their feelings. So now there is an example of how to understand your feeling. Instead of questions and giving them advice, you should give them, acknowledge them. So but what going to happen if you going to acknowledge them? So in this example, daughter and mother conversation, there is an questions and advices that a mother give to her daughter that looks. So look what will going to happen. So yes, daughter says, somebody stole my new red pencil. Then the mother says, are you sure you did not lose it? Then in second image, I did not, it was on my desk when I went to bathroom. Then the mother says, well, what do you expect if you leave your things laying around? Then third image, you have done things taken before you know. This is not the first time. I always tell you, keep your values in your desks. The trouble with you is you never listen. So mother's always blaming her. So and the last picture shows that don't, oh, leave me alone, daughter says. And the mother says, don't be fresh. So this is the conversation, and mother is constantly blaming her daughter and asking him a question and always advising her. So that make him did not, it's hard for the child to build a conversation, and it's really hard for build a constructive thought, and she did not give her what she wants to say. And but what going to happen if you acknowledge them, if you understand your child? In the second image, the mother is acknowledging her daughter. Then the mother's daughter says, somebody stole my new red pencil. Then the mother says, oh. Then in second image, my daughter says, I left it on my desk when I went to the bathroom and somebody took it. Then the mother says, Then in the third image, the daughter says, that's the third time I have had my pencil ripped off. Mother says. Then the daughter says, I know from now on, when I leave the room, I am going to hide my pencil in my desk. And then the mother says, I see. So this is what is going to happen. Then what happens while you acknowledge your child? And so there is no blaming, there is no any there is no questioning. So child has a positive impact on their emotions, on their personality. And while you understanding them by saying I see, oh, okay. So these are some of the words, and it shows a caring attitude towards your kids, towards your children. And there is an invitation to a child that it explore her thoughts, your children's thoughts and feelings to you. And it is also possible that your child can give a solution. So this is the positive impact. So now third is give their children, give their feelings a name. All right, so you must give your children their feelings a name instead of doing any other negative impact. So here is an example of what kind of name will you give to your kids instead of doing any other negative things. So here is also an example of this point, third point, that is, look at the example. So yes, instead of denying the your kid's feeling, instead of denying the feeling. So what you are going to do, what most of the parents do, and they deny their children's feeling. So like in this example, a father is denying a daughter's feeling, and this will going to happen. That's daughter says, my turtle is dead. He was alive this morning. Then the father says, now don't get so upset, honey. Then the father says, don't cry, it's only a turtle. And the daughter is constantly crying. And then father says, stop, that I will buy you another turtle. Then the kid is constantly crying, wah, wah. Then the father says, now you are being unreasonable. Then the kid says, I don't want another one. And then she is crying constantly. Then it's a strange behavior between father and mother and the daughter, and it's child push child, and she has a really bad feeling, and father does not vanished and complete was not successful in completing bad feelings from her daughter. So be kind to your children and understand her feelings. And it seems that child get more upset instead of finishing their feelings. So then what going to happen if you give your child a name? So what this in this example, you are giving a child's feeling a name. So yes, for daughter says, my turtle is dead, he was alive this morning. Then the father says, oh no, what a shock, he was my friend. And father says, to lose a friend can hurt. Then in the third image you can see, I thought him to do tricks. Then the father says, you two have had fun together. Then in the last picture you can see, you really cared about that turtle. Then the kid says, I feed him every day. Then what happens, it's a kind response toward their children, and parents too don't really do this. So because they fear that parents usually feel that they are going to be they feared by the feeling, by the kids feeling, and they did not give them feel they did not understand them, they did not understand the emotions, and they do literally negative deny their feelings. So it make them worst, it make their feelings more worse, and it make their children more upset. So instead of doing that, denying their feelings, you should give them their feelings, understand. If they are getting angry, you tell them, oh okay, I know you are getting angry, I know you are happy, I know you are that, I know you are feeling that way. So instead of denying their feeling, you understand their feeling. Oh, then in that way child knows that you care about them, you know them. So they will, in this way, they get a chance to explore their feelings instead of just being rude and being denied to their feelings. So this is the third point, that give their child their feelings. So now in the fourth point, and the last point is, give them their wishes in fantasy. All right. So what the meaning of this fourth point? By an example, we get a chance to understand more, and what is the meaning of the giving wishes in fantasy. So fourth, going to the image of fourth. All right. So yes, instead of explaining with the logics, with the explanations, because a 4 or 5 year old kid didn't never understand by logic, by explanation. So when you explain a 2 years old, 4 years old, 5 year old kid by an explanation, by logic, they never understands. But here is an example that the mother is explaining her kid by an explanation and logic. So this will going to happen. So I want my tasty crunchies. Then mother says, we don't have any, dear. Then my child says, I want them, I want them. Then the mother says, I just told you there aren't any in the house. Then the kid says, no, have some nifty crispies. Then the kid started crying and rolling on the floor. Then the kid's mother says, now you are acting like a baby. So what going to happen when children want something they cannot have? Adults usually respond with the logical explanations of why they cannot have it, but kid did not understand that why they are not giving it to me. They want it and they want it right away. So they does not understand. They understand differently, but the adults understand in a different way. So try to explain with an explanation with different way, in a different way. So give child his wishes in fantasy. So in this example, you try to give their children, understand them in a better way. So the kid says, I want my toasty crunchies. Then the mother says, I wish I had some in the house for you. And then the kid say, I want them. I hear how much you want them. Then then in the third image, you can see, I wish I had them now, mother says. Kid says, then the mother says, I wish I had magic powers to make a giant box appear, mother says. Then the last image, well, maybe have some nifty crispies. Oh. So in this example, you can understand that child easily convinced that he does not have those what he wanted. So instead of just being giving advice, giving logic and explanation, just be try to be calm your child in a best possible way. And what will going to happen, sometimes just having someone understand this child wants someone to understand his feelings and his emotions, instead of just giving them explanations and logic, because kid never understand logic. So how much you want something much easier, reality is easier to bear. So it's easier to for the child if you explain, if you tell them in much easier way, in much possible and real in a reality way. So these are the 4 points which is explained in the first chapter of this book, parenting book. And hope you learned something new from this video, from this book. And hope you love this video. So if you want more videos like this, so subscribe this channel. Bye.